Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond and another inventory video. So at the request of Andrea from Beauty with Andy, I am doing my highlighters and I'm going to actually take my phone very shortly and I'm going to actually do a quick overview of all the highlighters just in singles that I've got and show you the sheer number that I'm dealing with. Now you can actually see the majority of them here, but you still can't get like the full extent of just how many I have got. So I'm not going to be able to get through this video or through the highlighter collection in one video, and I'm just going to start going through it once I've shown you the overview and see how we go for time, and we'll just see how it flows. I will get through hopefully a good chunk of it and hopefully do it in just 2 videos. But I would like to do some swatching. Obviously, I wouldn't have enough time to be able to swatch everything, or I would, but perhaps it might get a bit boring for you guys. So I thought I might end up breaking it down by brand or something like that. So like I said, we'll just see how it goes. So I'm going to turn the camera off, take it down off my stand, and yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so this is starting with my liquid cream and jelly stick sort of highlighters, and then we're going to move over to my powder ones, both pressed and loose. So they're the ones that I've only got one of for any given brand, and then as we move over here, this is where I have, oh sorry about that, yeah, I have multiples within the brand. So you can see there I've got a lot of Fenty and quite a few Ofra, and then we have the Colourpop Super Shock, as well as some loose and some pressed, and then I have the single pans there which I've put in palettes. So I'm still going to include them as singles even though I've put them inside a palette because it's not a curated palette by the brand. And then I have some singles here, so they're 2 from Davina, and then I have some more in here from Vanessa's Vanity and Luxie. So that is what I am dealing with, and I'm going to start with these ones here and see how we go. Alrighty, so you've seen now what I've got. So I'm going to very first off show the one and only new highlighter that I have had come into my collection, as I think at least as far as a single, if not overall for the category, was this Tartiste Pro Glow one, and that came as part of a set, and the shade is Exposed. So that was part of a gift that I got from my husband. So oh sorry, I put my foot on the stand. I'm doing really well. You can tell I have been off filming for a couple of weeks. My first video since that I'm doing since I came back from being away. So yeah, so one and only edition as far as I can recall. So as far as, like I said, at least as the loose ones. So I will start with the jelly ones, and this is by Incredible and You Glow Girl, and the shade Show Glow, and it is an iridescent jelly. It's very, very pretty, but that sort of colour, obviously for my colouring, is very dark, but I've already got a few other ones to swatch, so I'm just going to quickly rub them off. But you can see it is very iridescent, and it would probably work well more so as a lid or inner corner shade. I would probably find that a lot of these, when I bought them just because they were pretty. I'm just going to get a makeup wipe out, and not necessarily for my skin colouring. So yeah, you'll probably find a lot of them are going to be quite dark. The other highlighting jelly I've got is by LA Girl. It's glowing up, and this is actually very pretty. It's called Princess Glow, and I have used this once as an inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to swatch that as well, and that's next to the other one. So yeah, I can't imagine actually using either of those on my face. So so that's it for the jelly ones, and then I've got this Tartiste one, and the shade for this one is called Stunner. Some of these I've never even swatched before, so this is new for me, and while I'm at it, I will do the one in Exposed as well. These will probably, I'm assuming once they're buffed out, will end up being quite nice. So that is Stunner, and look at the reflect on that. That's awesome. And now this is Exposed on that side. So that's got a very much a champagne on this side and gold on that one. And I think I could get away with both of those on my face if they were buffed out. So I'll just clean my hand off. And what else we got? This is a little sample I got. It's in the NARS Orgasm. It's called an illuminator, but either or. I probably should leave this one out because there's hardly anything in it. You can see it doesn't really, it's very, very faint. You can't even really see it, to be honest. It's just blending in. Yeah, it doesn't really do much, but could definitely wear that on my cheekbones. Not too much of an issue with that one, obviously. So this is one I'm not fussed on. This is one of the Fenty matchsticks. It came as part of the trio, which you've already seen with the contour shade. So it looks pretty there, but I don't know why. It doesn't. Maybe it's too cool tone for me, perhaps. I'm just really not fussed on it. There's a fair bit to go, so I didn't even wind that all the way up, so I don't know if I'll ever end up getting through that or not. The one other stick one that I've got is just an Hourglass sample. It's sort of a champagne colour, and yeah, definitely getting plenty of reflect off both of those with the light that's coming through the window. So I just don't go for either of those either. So you can probably see as I go through these quite a few that you'll be able to pick that I will end up decluttering. So the other ones I've got are all they're more like drop liquid ones. This one is really pretty, very expensive. It was a Smashbox and Vlada one, and obviously the glitter always settles to the bottom. It's in Rose Glitz. It's a Petal Metal shimmer drops, and I don't use it very often, but it is very pretty. You can see there, it's got that real pink colour to it, and I think that I could still wear that on my face. I don't think that I would use that on my eyes. It's just, it is way too thin for that sort of thing. I've got a Mecca Max, they're called Liquid Light. It's in Topaz. I've never used this. It was one that came free. It's part of their sort of boxes, I believe, that we get every now and then. I'm not really too fussed on the dropper style liquid highlighters. Yeah, that's going to be too dark for me, I believe, but it may buff in okay as more of a glowy blush. So I've never tried it, but obviously before I declutter any of these, I'll try to see if I can find alternate uses for them. So two of these that you may be familiar with are the Colourpop ones which have been discontinued. I got Rose Quartz and I've got Amber. So these are in a pump bottle. Curiously, I didn't realise before this that I actually got two different style pumps on them. And I guess I better clean off my hand first. Honestly, I think it's already 8 minutes into the video and I probably just stop at the end of these ones. I think they're a little bit more time consuming than just watching powder products. So just trying to dry my hand off a bit. Ooh, so this one has come out quite like a thick cream when I've pumped that one. So a bit better than those runny versions. But we'll see what the Amber one does. Yeah, it's done the same. I don't remember them doing that, so perhaps it's because they are getting a bit older. So that's those two there. So this is the Amber one. Maybe it's just because it's the top part. I'm not too sure. And then this is the Rose Quartz. So again, I think the Amber would be nice more as a sort of glowy blush, but honestly the Rose Quartz, it really doesn't do anything for me at all. I don't really like the feel of the texture of either of those. Actually, the Amber one's drying down to be quite matte. Yeah, I think those ones might be on the chopping block, but as I go through these, go through my inventory, I'm not sort of meaning to do declutters as such. Some things may stand out that I might decide to get rid of straight off because I really don't like them, or maybe I'll discover that something has expired. But in general, this is really just about going through, sharing with you guys what I've got in my collection, and refamiliarizing myself with it, because even when I did my cataloging, I found that I was just working really hard at just trying to put stuff in. I wasn't swatching, like putting it into my spreadsheet, and I wasn't worried about swatching anything, and so I wasn't really registering like colours and finishes and that sort of thing. So we've got another dropper one here, and this is by Suva Beauty. It's the only one I've got of this brand, and so the name of it is Hibiscus. It was described as a rose gold, and oh my, look how dark that is. See what I mean by the fact that I didn't really consider at the time whether or not it would suit my skin tone. So that is definitely not something that I could use as a highlighter, even as a glowy blush. Maybe if it was really, really buffed out, it's the tiniest amount. We will see about that one, but again, not something I would use on my eyes because it's way too thin of a formula. The last two liquid ones I've got are Liquid Frosts by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I got one in Canary Bling and the other one is called, I haven't got around to, it's, I think it's Frozen Peach. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to getting myself some glasses yet, and I never remember how to use these things. I've twisted it up and give it a couple of pumps and then open it up, and I think that's how you get product. I remember these didn't get very good reviews because actually a lot came out with one tiny little pump there too, because I think people said they picked, as they tried to buff them in, that it picked up their foundation. So I think I've used both of these once, but they can also be mixed in with your foundation if you want a glowy one, if you've got the right colour. So down here is the Frozen Peach. See, there's a heap of product that came out. That would be way too much for me to try and use. Wow, look at the reflect on that. It's a bit too icy. And the Canary Bling is, I'm thinking, way too gold for me, but pretty impressive. Obviously they haven't dried down yet, but the shine that's coming from those is quite good. So we'll see. I can, like I said, try and use them up. I don't know that I really could put them even in a body lotion or anything like that. Yeah, that's not really my thing. So if anybody's got any suggestions on what I could maybe do with some of these liquid highlighters to repurpose them, then yeah, please feel free to share, because yeah, I don't really think that maybe this one would be okay if I was doing sort of more pink makeup, but the other two are too dark. So yeah, so I think I might just stop the video there, guys. It is already 14 minutes into it, and I think what I'll do next is maybe tackle the single highlighters that I've got in powder form, that where I've only got one of a brand, and then I can slowly work through the other ones. So maybe not confident anymore that it's going to be done in 2 videos. So let me know what you think though. Have you got the same or a similar amount of highlighters in your collection? Do you have a preference, whether you like loose powder, pressed powder? Are you a fan of cream blushes? Are you a fan of the liquids? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, and if you've got any feedback about the ones that I've got, what you've done with them, and or if you've got them and how you use them, and anything really. So yeah, so I will probably just jump straight in and do some more filming, and hopefully I'll get the rest of the collection at least filmed today. So thank you once again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.